Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to another video where I take one of your artworks from the Discord, do a little constructive criticism and some paintovers to try to identify some common mistakes and to make it look better. I would also like to thank all of you for submitting your artworks to the Discord. I love looking at them. Thank you so much. But unfortunately, of course, I can't choose all of them for this video, so I'm gonna have to choose one. But don't worry if it's not your artwork this time, because I plan to do many more of these videos. If you're new to this channel and love art related content, hit that subscribe button so we can begin. Come on boy, do it. I'm waiting. Alright, good. Let's do this. Before we start, I'd like to mention that today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creative people who like to learn new stuff every day. It's perfect for artists like you and I, because it offers thousands of inspiring classes on all kinds of topics like illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. And these classes are created by extremely talented experts who have a lot of experience in what they're teaching. You guys have always been asking me about where to learn digital painting, concept art, and illustration in an organized and detailed way, and I'm telling you, this is the perfect place to start learning this stuff in detail. For example, here's a class that I recently took. It's called Digital Painting Concept Landscapes, and it's from the artist Jonas the Rowe, who truly has been an inspiration for me for many years. In this class, he paints an incredible concept art piece from start to finish in real time, no skipping, no time lapse, perfect for getting a grasp of the whole process. So do check this one out. It's literally packed with information. Skillshare is really affordable. It's only $10 a month on an annual subscription. First 1,000 people to click the link down below will get a free trial of Skillshare premium membership. Do yourself a favor, click the link down below, join Skillshare, and improve your craft. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is to add warmer light to this setting. And instead of keeping the light only to the center, I spread it all across the upper part of the artwork. I made the trees a bit browner and added a few green strokes here and there to add foliage. For the ground, I thought it would be cool to actually make some sort of a path leading into the forest. There was no light falling upon the ground, so I used some lighter shades to paint highlights on the path. This has quickly added a sense of depth in the painting, which is exactly what we want. This rock is a weird looking shape and it's all alone, just standing there, so I removed it and added another big rock to the left side of the composition. It's taking up a large chunk of the screen space, but I find it really interesting because among all the vertical trees, this just gave us a new shape to look at, a shape that is contrasting with the other shapes surrounding it. I'm using the father of all brushes to basically do everything, from adding big shapes of shadow and hints of grass and smaller details and refining forms. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my other video where I showcase my brushes. Now I added a quick vignette around the artwork and also selected a blue layer with the layers blending mode set to multiply and painted some blues in the foreground. This really helps add multiple color temperatures to the painting. Some more rock shapes and highlights on those rock shapes using a lighter color. Also painted some grass around the rocks to make them fit naturally in the environment. Adding random strokes on the ground using values of greens and browns really create more interesting detail. Now let's add some light to the trees, and for that I chose a warmer tone and painted the edges of the trees. You can also use some texture brushes for doing this, or you can use any basic brush to create texture manually. Next, I'm painting some grass, adding foliage to the environment. I'm also using some leaf brushes for that. When you're using texture brushes like this, it's really easy to overdo this stuff and paint texture all over the place. It makes the artwork look flat because you're painting over all the base values of objects. So yeah, make sure you don't overdo it. You can use darker color for painting the base shapes of these leaves and then a lighter color to add highlights to the parts exposed to light. Many of you have asked me about making a video where I explain what to do with each brush. Now there is no set rule that you must use this brush for this particular purpose and that brush for painting that stuff. It's not like that. You can use one brush for multiple purposes. It's just pure experimentation. For example, if I have a rock texture brush, I can also paint some grungy wall with that. I can paint some ground, I can paint rust on metal. With a cloud brush, I can also paint some foggy environments, some smoke, or maybe an explosion. I don't know. Just keep experimenting with the brushes and see what looks good. Here I'm using the lasso tool to make selections of different plant-like shapes and then painting within those selections using a green color. I also added some really bright highlights to the plants that are exposed to the light, especially the ones that are far behind. Here I added another rock shape, one that is similar to the original one that the artist had painted, almost at the same spot. This lighting scenario looks great too, but if you want to add some extra spice, you can make a new layer, select an orange color, set the layers blending mode to color dodge, and with a round soft brush selected, paint light in the middle of the composition and between the tree trunks. I can also add some warm highlights to the ground and some god rays coming from the right side. I'm using a soft brush to paint that light. Lastly, I'll be painting some smaller details like flowers, blades of grass, and that wisp of magical blue smoke. I think this turned out pretty nice. Here are my final thoughts. If you're painting a landscape, it's easier to break it down into a background, a midground, and a foreground. The things that are farther away in the background lose three things: color, value, and detail. The foreground elements are mostly used to balance the composition and to keep the viewer's eye from wandering off the canvas. It can be anything from twigs to tree trunks, even some rocks. Elements in the foreground usually have darker contrast because they are closer to us as viewers. The midground is where all of the interesting things happen most of the times. Also, it's a great idea to create different color temperatures in your artwork. So the things that are in shadow and not exposed to the warm light, you can make them bluer. And one more thing, make use of custom brushes to add quick detail to your artwork. But don't do it to the point where your artwork starts to look messy and flat. Alright guys, this was a lot of fun. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know your thoughts and suggestions. I love reading your comments and I try to reply to as many as I can. Please share this video with someone who might be interested, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos related to art, illustration, and design. You can also join the Discord community. You can share your artworks there and get feedback. I'll put a link to the Discord down in the description for you. You can also submit your entries for the paint over videos. I might select some of your artworks and use them in my next videos. And one last thing, I was just wondering, if I made a Skillshare class, would you take it? Let me know in the comments. Alright guys, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.